Hey guys, Neo from Back to Warcraft here with some exciting news about GCS. Well, scratch that. It's not GCS anymore, it's WGL now. Gold Championship Series has been renamed by NetEase to Warcraft Gold League, and that is the new name for the World Championship from now on. But that's not the only changes, so I prepared a little presentation here for you guys, and we'll present all the changes to you. It's still an offline event. It's gonna be in November, most likely into the December, if I'm not mistaken, in Shanghai, China. Everything else would surprise me. And here's the first big change. We have now 24 players instead of 16, so more chances for the tier 2 or 3 players to qualify. It's not gonna be only elite and 1 to 3 underdogs. No. We have a broader level of play now. And that means, of course, in general, more people will qualify via NetEase. 18 of the 24 will come via NetEase's own ladder and tournaments. 4 Europeans, and 2 Americans, that is for both regions. Twice the amount of players, so 6 Westerners guaranteed in the World Championships of Warcraft 3. That is very, very good news for our scene. Not so good news is regarding the maps. The map pool is still the same. This was one of your biggest criticisms when we reached out for feedback about GCS Summer 2018, that you want to see new maps, you want to have a bigger rotation. The Chinese, they don't think so, but maybe since Blizzard is introducing new maps with patch 1.30, that will change in the long run, or for the spring season, summer season 2019. But for now, they stick with what we know and what we kind of love. So you might notice that it's not called the Asian Qualifier anymore, but NetEase Qualifier, and that is for a reason. These qualifiers is still online, of course. It's still dependent on a point system or built on a point system. To gather those points, you have 4 monthly races. The first one's going to start tomorrow on July 19 with a nice prize pool of $750. 4 monthly ladder shots. They will happen on each 11th of the month. And 1 seasonal ladder shot at the end of the season. I don't know when that's going to take place, but I will find that out and will deliver the news accordingly. The big thing that changed is the points decide your seeding in the main event. So if you end up first place, you will be the number 1 seed for WGL main event. In the past, that didn't really work, and you criticized it as well that there's no transparency for the group seedings. Now it's as transparent as it gets. If you're top 1, you're the number 1 seed, and that should also give the pro players a little more motivation to fight until the end, I guess, to make sure you don't become like 12th place and struggle with the qualifier to meet up with TH in the group, but to have a better shot to reaching the playoffs. And the reason why it's called NetEase Qualifier, not Asian Qualifier anymore, is that Western players are allowed to participate. So, last season, let's say you're Foggy, you do very well on ladder, you are like top 5 or something, and the top 32 of the ladder get invited to the monthly race. Not if you're Ukraine back then. So, now you can participate in the monthly races, you will get points for your ladder standings, and if you don't make it via European or American qualifier, you still have a chance to make it through NetEase. So I hope this is a motivation for some of our European players to make it far, and maybe we have more than 6 Westerners at the WGL main event. There is a change to the point system as well. In the top you see the points for the monthly qualifiers at GCS Summer this year. 10 points for the winner, 5, 3, 2, 1, depending on how far you made it, but it didn't really matter if you make it to the top 16 but then don't advance to the playoffs. It didn't really matter if you make it to the playoffs but then drop in round 1 or 2. This has all changed now. Every round counts. First, of course, we have the round of 32. You don't get points for that, but if you make it to the top 16, you get 1 point. If you lose in the lower bracket final of the round of 16, you get 2 points already. That's a big change. And that makes quite a big difference, I guess. Also in the playoffs, before, it didn't really matter. Like, do I advance 1 round or 2? It was quite the same. Now, every round gets you more points, and more points is a better seeding and more chance, of course, to qualify for the Warcraft 3 World Championships. I think this is well thought out by NetEase. This is very good changes. They listened to your feedback, to our feedback, I guess, and they changed quite a few things to make the qualifiers more entertaining, to prevent race switching, death wins, sloppy play, players not preparing for their groups. So I hope this will be more important now, and we'll see tomorrow when the qualifiers start. The July race is on. Back to Warcraft at Twitch at 13 CEST, and of course more and more coverage of that glorious tournament in the future. All hail NetEase, all hail WGL, all hail Warcraft 3. See you then.